What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Aces Full of Food, episode 6 with Seri, the poker traveler Trevino. Thanks for coming on, man. I really appreciate you.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Definitely, man. This is something cool because we're both from Texas. You're kind of a big deal here, expanding your ways throughout the world of the poker traveler.
Trying.
So a lot of the questions I got were how Seri Trevino became the poker traveler. Can you break it down for us? Give us the layout. Let us
Sure,
know how it went
sure.
down.
Yeah, so like you said, I'm here in Texas as well. I'm just in San Antonio, about 4.5 hours away from where you live. Um, I grew up in San Antonio. I went to school here, went to high school here, went to college here. And in college, I started playing cards, probably around 2002, 2003. It was just small games like everybody, with fraternity brothers and whatnot. And then I eventually started playing a little bit online and a little bit of live, like home games type things. I remember playing like 10 cent, 20 cent in a house that was like on a very poor side of San Antonio. And like I would win like 50, 60, $70 in a night. And everybody was like super excited because that was a lot of money for me being like 18, 19 years old. Um, but for a long time, I enjoyed the game and I played, but then I started a career right after university, and things started getting busier and busier and busier, and I just stopped playing poker. I would only play poker here and there when I was on a trip to Vegas, like a bachelor party or just like a small trip. If I was in a city on a business trip that had a casino, maybe I'd stop in and play a session, and a random home game here or there in San Antonio. But I didn't play much from probably 2008 to like 2017. It was when the card room started popping back up. It was just perfect timing. My wife was starting to become pretty popular on Instagram. She's like a social media, marketer and creator.
Oh, that's
And
awesome.
yeah, so she started using Instagram a lot just with her daily life. I was getting really, really stressed out with my job, and I needed some sort of escape. I didn't play golf like some guys, or things like that. So I needed some sort of hobby, and I noticed that like there was these card rooms starting to pop up. So I just walked into one day, and I just like fell back in love like really quickly with the game. Just it was really cool that I could walk to like a place not too far away from where I lived and go into a shopping center and play cards. And within from 2017 and now 2022, I played like all the time. There was a point in time where I was playing 5 or 6 days a week, putting in like 30 hours, still having a full-time job, just because my wife was in school, and I had a lot of spare time, and like that's what I would do, and it was profitable and it was fun. And we created this poker traveler kind of persona just because my wife was getting really big in Instagram, and she said, you need to do what I do. She does it for like lifestyle and content and women's fashion. She's like, you can do that for poker. There's not a lot of poker people right now on Instagram. So I just ran with it, dude. And I hustled. I posted every day, sometimes 2, 3 times a day, every session, every trip, all kinds of stuff. Like, it was wild, and it just like built and built and built and built. And I met a lot of really cool people along the way.
Yeah, definitely. Like I honestly, I started following you just because you popped up on someone else's, and I was like, oh, cool. Let me start following you. And I
Yeah.
was like, man, I really enjoyed your content and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
going back, what was your job, if you don't mind
Yeah.
saying before? Yeah, what were you doing?
Yeah, so right out of school, I started working as a loan officer for a mortgage company, and that was like 2005. So in 2007, late 2007, early 2008, the economy just completely tanked, and the subprime mortgage market, which I was pretty much working with, was gone. So I had no job. So I
Yeah.
kind of took like 6 months off. I actually went to Vegas. I stayed at my brother's house. I played cards every day, and I eventually just was like, I can't be here. I'm too young. I need to get back home. This was fun, but I need to go like back and have a regular job, and go back to a career. So I started looking for jobs, and I was making like a lot of money. So, and when the mortgage industry crashed, uh, I realized that there wasn't a lot of jobs that were paying like as much as I thought it was worth. So I started working for a company in 2008 called SWBC, and I just worked my way up 6 months, a year, from position to position to position to position. I was a trainer, I was in software testing, I was a business analyst, I was eventually like an assistant vice president. And by 2021, I was a vice president for the company, and I handled like project management, software development, software testing, business analyst, that kind of stuff. And I decided to not work anymore in April of 2021.
That is awesome, dude. Congrats. Because
Yeah.
honestly, it takes a lot to just follow your heart, your dreams.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you're doing a great job. Honestly, I thoroughly enjoy your content. I know a lot of the people do. A lot of people know who the Poker Traveler is, and I'm just glad you're able to be here with me and help me on my journey now. You know what I mean? It's great to see and hear. You know?
Yeah, it would, and you have to get really lucky along the way, man. I was really blessed to be in a good spot to be able to, not have to work. But it's because me and my wife worked so hard for so long. There was a time where she was working her regular 9 to 5 job, and she was doing well on her, Instagram content creator, path. And I said, quit your job. Like, just quit your job. We don't need the money from your 9 to 5. I make more than enough. You're never going to get really big unless you quit right now. So she quit her job and then just blew up, exponentially. And,
So cool.
she makes more money than I did in my 6-figure job that I went to college for and worked 13 years. Right. So once she got really established, me and her were already having this talk like, hey, I think I'm going to take a break, or I'm going to switch careers or whatnot. And in 21, she's just like, just quit your job. Like, you don't need to work anymore either. Like, we're fine. We've invested well. Like, we've saved money. We have good like passive income coming in. So like, now it's your turn for you to like go pursue what you want to do. And it just all worked out perfectly.
Definitely. So, would you say when you started, were you definitely crushing right off the bat, or how did that work out for you?
Like playing poker?
Yeah, playing poker.
Yeah. So, I mean, probably like you think back, and if I really think back to like the 2000, I don't know, 3 when I started playing, everybody thinks they're really good. And I remember at that moment, like,
Sure.
if I look back on it, man, we all were probably really, really trash. We didn't know what was going on, but I was putting myself in games that I was better than the people that I was playing with. So that's all that mattered. Like, if you're better than your competition, that's all that matters. But yeah, I played online, and I was probably like break even back then, like playing online. And when I started playing again in 2017, I was playing here in Texas. I was playing in card rooms, and all this stuff was new. These are people who have never played in a card room before, or maybe like me, like on a random trip to Vegas or like at a kitchen table. And the action was just crazy here in Texas from like 2017 to even now. Like, you don't have to be that good to win. Like, people were getting better. But yes, like when I first started in 2017, 2018 here in Texas, like I didn't have a losing month for ever, like for months and months and months and years. Like, it just didn't happen until I started playing really high, like really much bigger stakes. Back in 2017, 18, 19, like it was all 1-2 games. It was 1-2, maybe like a 2-5 game here and there. Because Texas poker was like just starting. Now I can go play 25-50 or 50-100, like on in Austin or here, or even here in town. So yeah, now the swings are bigger, and now still a winning player. But yeah, back then it was just crushing every day.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
What was your screen name? Do you remember your screen name back in the online days?
Yeah, so back in so I think I was just Seri, CEDDY, like in the Full Tilt days. But I started playing on a site called Poker Room, like super long ago. It was just called Poker Room. I think it was part of the maybe like the Cake Network.
Yeah,
that one I played on. And then I mostly played on Full Tilt under, I think it was under that account, Seri, CEDDY. And that was it until, things started getting really popular. I was playing a lot live. And then once the app started, I started playing on the apps here in Texas, and then eventually got a partnership with Poker Bros.
Yeah, definitely. You want to talk about that? So, what can you remember the time in your career where you went from here to the next level, where you started playing bigger? Was there a certain like month that you just crushed or anything like that?
Um, I would say that I would have to like go back and really look, but probably in right before COVID, maybe, and during COVID was like when I was starting to play bigger locally, and then everything shut down, and everybody like kind of locked down and started just playing online or playing at home. Um, Once things opened back up slowly, I was just crushing. Like there was like another rebirth. Like people just wanted to get out there and gamble, and I don't know, like people had I guess been saving money and not been able to do a lot of stuff during lockdown, so the games just became bigger. And I don't think that there was like a flip of a switch or anything. I just think the fact that I was getting better, having practiced and played and studied, that and the games were bigger, that like just my dollar amount per hour was just going up.
Going crazy. Yeah,
So
for
so
sure.
so yeah, so probably like 2020, 2021, like I just started playing, from 1-2, like the minimum game now was 1-2-5, then it was 2-5, now it's 5-5, and then like now I'll play other games, but like my comfort level is like I say Texas 510 plus, because Texas 510 is like almost 25-50 somewhere else.
Easy. Yeah, definitely. And then you've made a lot of stream appearances. Is
Yeah.
that something you like to do? I mean, I love watching you. You're great for
Yeah.
the streams. Talk to us about that. How did that start? How did you get going on streams and stuff like that?
Yeah, well, I guess I was always a fan of like Live at the Bike and well now Hustler Live, but I thought it was always just super cool to like to be on a stream, and more importantly to allow people to watch and see what you're doing. So I think when I first got on the streams, it was because one, I wanted to be there, because usually the lineups were better. Two, I was able to send the link out to like my friends and family, and all these people that always didn't know what I did or didn't know what a poker game really looked like were able to watch it now on YouTube. And then lastly, three was just honestly just because of like the ability to appear on a stream and kind of market for myself or for a brand. So like all those things just caused me to like play the stream. So nowadays I don't play as much as I did before, but I probably play on like one stream a week, sometimes two streams, like when I have the time, because I much prefer playing on a stream as opposed to just playing a regular game. Sometimes the games are tougher, sometimes they're not, but I like the ability to like go back and review the hands and know exactly what that other player had, so I know if I played well, did I make a good fold, did I make a bad bet. And recently also I can kind of borrow that footage and put it out for like a YouTube video where I can dissect some of the hands I played on a stream.
Definitely. I you just started vlogging, correct, on YouTube? I'll make sure I add the link and stuff like that when
Yeah.
I post this up. You want to talk about that and how that's kind of helped you change? You've kind
Yeah.
of gone away from the Instagram to more vlogging.
Yeah, so I would still say that like my daily kind of stuff that I would post would still be on Instagram and Twitter now. I was trying to figure out TikTok. It's a lot of work. But
Yeah,
yeah, no, I really started to enjoy producing like these videos on YouTube, and I wanted to like just like a lot of people, I wanted to do it a long time ago, but I always said, man, that's like so much work. Like I know the vloggers, like most of these guys, I know them. I know Andrew and Brad and Jamin and Johnny. Like I know all these guys, and I know how much work they've put in. And luckily now they have editors, and they're not doing it all themselves. But except for Jamin, I think he still does it all himself. But um, it was always so much work that I always steered away from it because I still had a regular job, a regular 9 to 5. I didn't want to also be editing for 20 hours a week for like this one video that wasn't going to get any views on YouTube. So it wasn't until like my wife started her YouTube channel and got a good editor that I could piggyback off of and now hire for my own content, then I'm like, okay, now I can record stuff. Now I can produce stuff. Now I can send it to an editor so that it's not as cumbersome for me, within my hours of the day. So I did, and now I'm like at, I think like 5 or 6 videos, and I'm just trying to take a different approach than the normal like hand breakdown and hand analysis. I know that's what people like, and I know that's what's most popular on YouTube. But at the end of the day, like I don't need to make my money off of like YouTube revenue, so I'm okay with just putting stuff out that I enjoy more. So as of right now, I do some videos on like maybe when I play a tournament, on a trip, maybe when I play a stream. I'll do some breakdowns, and then like also like some more educational videos like for beginners, like bankroll management or like just my favorite types of books or different videos like that. I have a list of content that I'm going to put out there and what the next 5 or 10 videos are going to be, and I just have to get to it.
Yeah, definitely. It's good that you have an editor, because imagine having to grind all day and then come home and edit and do your, so that's good, man. And your videos are good. They're different, like you said. They're not the traditional hand breakdown, which are great. I love all that stuff. But I like different. I'm different. I mean, I think that's you're doing a great job with that.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate that.
Do you feel that you doing the YouTube videos, the hand breakdown, helps your game overall?
I think it. So the way I kind of think about it is, if you can't explain something well enough, you don't know it very well, right? Because you said you were a teacher, right? Like if I asked you to explain something to me and you didn't do a good job of explaining it, that means you yourself don't know it that well. So it is helping me. I always can remember a hand and how I played it, but just walking through it gives you a different perspective. Just hearing it again, of maybe I could have done something different. Maybe that sizing wasn't right. Maybe I should have checked that turn, things like that. So just the practice of doing it is really, I'm really enjoying it for that reason. And I think it is improving a little bit just because I'm spending more time thinking about some of the hands I played.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I agree. I try to dabble in twitching or whatever. I don't know what you call it.
Yeah.
I'm not. So and it's so when you talk hands out, you're like, all right, if I wasn't on stream right now, I'd probably just blast off here.
Yeah.
But then I talk about it, I'm like, all right, I don't want to look like a fool. Let's just click the fold button. You know what I mean?
One of the biggest leaks or errors that I was making in cash games, but more like in tournaments, because I'm very, very comfortable in cash games now. In tournaments was I was acting too quickly. I was acting like it was a cash game. I was thinking that there's unlimited bullets behind me. I was not considering ICM and things like that. And now, like, just talking through hands with friends of mine, other players that are, better than me in tournaments, one of the quickest things that I learned was, like, just slow down and think it out and kind of talk yourself through the hand. And I kind of think about it as when I'm thinking through the hand, I'm thinking like I'm saying it to someone else. And I know that I have buddies on the other end are going to be like, what are you doing? Don't do that right now. And that keeps me from making a terrible bet or a terrible raise or a bit, terrible fold. So just taking your time and thinking things out is so helpful.
Oh yeah, it's crazy because for a whole year and a half when we were in quarantine, I played nothing but online poker, 12 to 16 screens. So my very first tournament, dude, I'm folding, mucking, trying to I told myself, I was like, whoa, relax, take a step back. It's not online.
Yeah.
You don't have another monitor come, another screen popping up. Just
you're gonna get like 20 hands an hour in a live tournament, so you might as well just chill.
Yeah, dude. So when I first went back, I was like, it was like I was shocked. I was like, what am I doing? I had to go buy headphones.
Yeah.
I had to just chill out a little bit because it was a huge difference. I was like, man, a year and a half really, like, yeah, they say riding a bike, yeah, but I scraped my knee a couple of times getting back on my bike. You know what I mean? So yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go now. You're sponsored Poker Bros. How did that happen? How did all that transpire? Yeah, give us the info.
So let's see. I want to say about a year and a half ago, I was pretty active on Poker Bros, right? I kind of I was playing online. I was marketing for some clubs, and referring people to some clubs that I knew people personally that I could trust, and I got a message from like a relationship manager at Poker Bros, like a marketing guy, and he said, "Hey, I know some of the same people you do. We're looking to create this team of sponsored pros on the app. Is that something you'd be interested in?" And I was like, "What? What are you? That's yes, but is this a scam? Like, what's going on right here?" Um, and then I noticed that like they were chatting with some other like Instagram influencer kind of people that were doing poker stuff. And I was like, okay, this is legitimate. Yeah, let me chat with them. And they interviewed, I don't know how many of us there was. To this day, I don't know how many people there was, but I'm gonna say like 6 to 10 people. We chatted with like the marketing folks, with some of the business development folks, and we kind of just had a good chat and an interview and talked about like what we play and why we play poker and where we're at and what stakes we're playing and what we do on the app and whatnot. And then they called me back and they're like, "Hey, we want to offer you a deal to play with us as a sponsored pro. There's going to be another guy, another person, and eventually the team's going to grow. But we kind of want to pilot this program out with you and this other person." And then it come to find out it was a guy who I've chatted with a lot on Instagram. I never met in person, but his name's Kyle Kitagawa out of California, the Cali kid. And we both accepted, and we're like, "All right, now what do we do?" And they're like, "Well, we want you to play live tournaments and just wear a patch and market for us, answer any questions about the app when people were around, and just be a good ambassador to the game, really." And we're like, "Okay, cool." So we did, and me and Kyle went on our first trip to Hollywood, Florida, to the Seminole Hard Rock, and played there last April. And then every month we would just go on another trip. It was LA or Vegas or Florida or Texas or Oklahoma, the World Series and whatnot. So it just grew and grew, and then they added some additional ambassadors. They had added some additional folks in some of the Central and South American countries, and the team's just growing. We recently added like another 3 Poker Bros friends. One of them is Poker Face Ash, one of the vloggers out of Arizona. And the good thing is, the really cool thing about it is like the team is focused on being an ambassador, being social and kind at the table, and having a good time. It's not the miserable European, like,
let me wear a patch and not talk to anybody.
Yeah, let me just be an ass at the table and wear my scarf. Like, everybody that's involved with this is like fun. And I could say the same thing about some of the other folks that I've met on some of the other sites, like my buddy John Party. Like, he just, like, it's a good time. Like, we're leading it. We have a really good life. We're playing poker. Let's be happy about it. Yeah, let's be blessed and let's be happy about it. It's not too serious.
Yeah, no, it's good to see, man. Honestly, like that fresh blood, the newer school, the good face, the smile at the table, not necessarily worried about winning and losing, but just growing the game. And exactly. I think you do a great job of that with all your content, with everything you put out on the stream. I'm sure you do a great job, and it's good to see. And I'm glad I get to be a part of it through your Instagram stories and stuff like that. It's really, really cool. Super cool. What's next? What's next for the Poker Traveler, poker wise? Cash games, tournaments?
Yeah. So poker wise, I'm going to continue my sponsorship with Poker Bros. I'm going to be playing, probably 2 trips a month for the foreseeable future. I'm going to try to start doing some international trips now that COVID and like travel restrictions have improved. So I would like to try to get out to like maybe the EPT in Barcelona, maybe like something in the Caribbean, like the PCA. I'm still going to be playing a lot in Vegas and Texas, obviously, when I'm back home. I'm gonna try to get out to LA. I'm gonna try to play as many big games and as big streams as possible, like the Hustler in LA or Live at the Bike. And I think I'm just gonna continue to grind and just continue to be happy about producing the kind of content on Instagram that is enjoyable to me. Keep meeting new people, keep networking. I guess tournaments, cash games. I don't need to play the biggest cash games in the world, but I don't want to play the smallest ones either. So
definitely.
Just gonna keep on hustling, keep on doing the Instagram stuff, and definitely YouTube.
Awesome. So San Antonio Poker, would you consider Rounders your home base?
It is. And San Antonio Rounders is my home base. It's the place that I've played since I remember I played a game in Rounders before they officially opened. There was like a home game. There was like a home game that they wanted to kind of show us what the facility was going to look like a kind of like a soft opening where I played there before the card room was officially open. A couple years later, they moved to a much bigger facility. Their first room was like 14 tables. This new one is like almost 30. And they have a full restaurant and bar now. So yeah, that's my day in and day out. It's only like 10 minutes away from where I live. Even the old location, just in my general area, it's the most action and biggest card room to play in Texas, or San Antonio. But I still go to the other places. I still have friends that either work or manage at some of the other places. So I try to show love to all the other spots. But yeah, day in and day out it's much easier and convenient for me to play there. That's where they have the stream. That's where all my buddies kind of play, and that's where the bigger games are. So that's where I end up when I'm in San Antonio.
Sweet. So when you started playing poker back in 2003, did you ever picture yourself in this position right now?
No, not at all. I think back then I was just like a college kid that didn't have a lot of money that thought, hey, this is cool to play with my buddies. And it's definitely cool to have some money so that me and my girlfriend can go out to dinner or buy more drinks at the club. That's basically what it was back then. It was get some money so I have money to put in my truck for gas and have some extra spending money to play, to spend some money at the bar or at the restaurants. And yeah, I would have never thought that it was going to be this. As the years went by, I definitely thought that poker was going to be something that I always played and always enjoyed. I thought I was just going to be like a guy who would play a tournament here and there and always had a dream of like playing the World Series once a year. But I never thought that like it was going to become my life. And right now I can say that, poker is a lot of my life, other than what I do with my wife and our businesses outside of poker. Like that's what I do.
Awesome. So what do you have going on? What has this poker freedom allowed you to get into and stuff like that?
Yeah. So, a lot of poker players dabbled in crypto. So, I was able to get into crypto, a while ago and do really well. I also, the freedom has allowed me and my wife, just really the time freedom is what it is, allowed me to start investing in a lot of real estate. So me and my wife buy properties in San Antonio and renovate and turn into Airbnbs. So we've been doing that. If anybody's watched my stories in the last week, I haven't been playing much poker. I'm actually at a project that we just closed on, and we have like a $70K remodel that we're trying to do. We're renovating an entire house that hasn't been upgraded since probably the 60s or 70s. And if in 3 to 6 months, it's going to look really awesome, and it's going to be a beautiful property. My wife's really amazing with this, and it's going to be on Airbnb for like $500 a night with the pool, and we're going to make a ton of money on it. And we're just going to keep doing that. We just keep on investing money into real estate, keep on trying to acquire properties, and keep on trying to build that like investment portfolio, real estate portfolio.
That's awesome, man. I'm glad that poker has helped giving you that freedom, and I can't wait to see your story. I mean, it's cool to see poker players be successful, not just on the felt, but overall in life. So I'm glad you're kicking some butt, dude. That it's always good to see, and it's always good for good people to have good things happen to them. And I'm glad I'm able to see that through your stories and stuff like that.
Thanks so much.
Of course, man. All right. So now comes the good stuff. We're gonna talk some food. This is the meat and potatoes of our
Let's get to it.
our podcast. All right. Are you a cook or an eat out kind of guy?
I am an eat out kind of guy.
Okay. The wife?
And that's specifically because of time. We got really, really busy. I mean, we've been hustling for like, I'm not joking when I say like 15 years. Like, I feel like I've worked 3 jobs for like 15 years. Me and my wife don't have any children. We have a wiener dog named Luca. But we wake up and we work and then we go to sleep. And it's cool because it doesn't feel like work because we're shifting from, her stuff with her brand to my poker stuff, to the investments, to playing poker, to going on a trip. But like everything we do, even when it's relaxing, we are doing something to build one of our brands. So, unfortunately, we don't cook a lot at home because of just the time constraints.
So, real quick, you want to shout out the wife? What is her brand? What's her?
So my wife is like her Instagram handle is Smiles and Pearls. She Smiles and Pearls on YouTube and like all the other social channels. But basically, she started focusing on like fashion and like lifestyle and home improvement kind of stuff. So she has deals with brands like Home Depot and Walmart and Lowe's and Target, and she just kind of creates sponsored content for all of these companies. And you can see it like in her feed or YouTube, and that's pretty much what she does.
Oh, awesome. That's cool. So you all are constantly just grinding. I love that.
Yeah. So like that's what I mean when I say I have 3 jobs. Like she's fully on that, but I also handle like the financials for her company, the administration for her company. Like if we don't hire a photographer for a photo shoot, I'm also doing that. And then she helps me a lot out with like the creation or like aesthetics for anything that I do with the Poker Traveler stuff. So yeah, and then we tag team the real estate stuff together. So yeah, we're pretty busy doing all that stuff.
So would you consider yourself a picky eater?
Picky eater? No, I'm not picky. I always say that I can find something that I like any place we go. But I definitely know where to stay away from. How about that?
Okay. Is there like vegetables you won't touch or certain foods like you won't?
I don't touch most vegetables. I always grew up as like a meat and potatoes kind of kid, a pasta kind of kid, a Mexican food kind of kid. But growing older, I eat more vegetables than I did. But I make sure to make my vegetables as unhealthy as possible.
Yeah, of course. Olive oil, butter,
olive oil. Like I've really, one of the biggest things I'm into now is like Brussels sprouts with olive oil and glazed, and like that's the way I do my vegetables.
Yeah, I mean, you can tell by this perfect physique that I have, but I just tried a Brussels sprout for the first time.
Yeah,
they're actually really good. Like,
dude, yeah, there's some really good Brussels sprouts out there. I still like potatoes. I still like pastas. I like carby vegetables.
Yeah, I mean the comfort food. I know I was Italian in my second life for sure. Yeah, for sure. All right, would you consider yourself a tilt eater?
Tilt eater. No, I'm not a tilt eater. I tilt kind of silently. Let's say I come home from a bad session, like I'm just not talkative. I kind of just like allow it to go away. And within like 30 minutes or so, I'm just over it. So no, I don't tilt eat.
No, at all. So okay, so before, back in your younger days when you were still grinding, would a meal, would a win-loss really determine what you would be eating?
Oh, wow, that's really good. Yeah, I think back in the day, like the bigger the win was, the more money that we would spend on the dinner that evening or the next day. So yeah, for sure.
For sure.
If we were having Jack in the Box drive-through, it probably didn't go well.
No, definitely the 99 cent
Yeah,
menu was killer at Jack in the Box at night.
yeah,
It,
yeah.
see, so to me, I would tell everyone on my previous podcast, the calories never change. It was just the amount, the type of meal that changed.
Oh yeah, for
You
sure.
know what I mean? Like we had a bad session. Oh, we're still going to put down the 2,000 calories for that meal, but the but the meal's not going to change. Like we're
Sure,
still going to
sure.
get we're still going to get our calories in. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get that. I get that.
So one of your bigger wins? Where's something you celebrated? Where have you gone? What kind of restaurant? Where have you gone to?
Huh. One of my bigger wins. So we had I had a really big score at the Venetian like in February. It was actually on my birthday, which was crazy. The final table was on my birthday. I got fourth for like 62,000. But we were headed back to Texas like the next morning. So I think I got busted out of the table at like 11 or midnight. We kind of hung out for like another hour while the last three players were playing. Johnny Vibes is one of my buddies, and he was at that final table. He got second. So like we all kind of just railed there and had some drinks. And as soon as the game was over, like we started celebrating and having drinks for my birthday. But unfortunately, we had to get to Texas like in like 6 hours to get back on a flight. So we came back to Texas before we actually celebrated my birthday and had some good food. But for me, like lately, like really good food is like we enjoy Brazilian steakhouses. Um, I I enjoy seafood, like really good seafood. We travel a lot, so we kind of find out like I don't like yelping things because like just yelping things or just Google searching things, that's just whoever did the best job on like their SEO. So instead, I like reach out. I'll always put it on like Twitter, Instagram, and I'll say like, I'm going to Seattle. What are the top places I need to go in Seattle? And there will be people who have either visited Seattle or even live in Seattle because my community is big enough now. They'll say like, you need to go here, and those are the kind of places that we'll go out to.
Yeah, definitely. Are you in charge of the food when you all go on a trip?
Uh, I would say that it's like split. So my wife does a ton of research with everything, right? So like every trip we go on, she's so into Instagram and like TikTok and whatnot. She knows what's trendy. She knows what's popping. She knows what's Instagrammable. Um, Her community of followers is 2.5 times the size of mine. So she always has a lot of recommendations. I get my recommendations and we kind of put them together, and then we kind of, I guess we hit up about half and half.
To see where, yeah, because
Yeah.
sometimes you'll be like, oh, this they said this place. Well, my guy said this. Okay, so we have to come here. Kind of.
Yeah, and usually what ends up happening is her places are really nice uh, and aesthetically pleasing, but sometimes the food isn't that great. Um, and on the other end, my places are usually like much better. They might be like hole in the walls, but they're like they just don't look as nice.
Yeah, for sure. My favorite thing is we're gonna go eat there. I'm like, yeah. I said, don't judge a book by its cover. She reads
Yeah,
books now, so but it's
yeah,
just funny because I'm like, trust me, I've read about it. I've done research. This is the place we have to come eat. All
sure,
right,
sure.
I trust you. I trust you. So that's my favorite line. And then
Yeah,
we leave, and she's like, "Oh my god, that place was so good."
that's
And I was
awesome.
like, "Yeah, it's the best. Those are the best. You know, those are the best. The best places to eat are the ones you least expect. You know what I mean?" So I tell
Yeah,
everybody. All right, let's take it to the poker table now. Are you a eat at the poker table kind of guy?
I don't eat at the table unless it's something that I can eat with a fork. And I'm not like a messy eater at all, but it tilts me to see other people be like grabbing things with their hands. It just disgusts me so much that like if I'm at the table and I get really hungry, I'll order food and I'll just like pull away from the table and I'll eat it there. I'll say like just deal me out until I finish my food
For sure.
because I don't want to be like I
That
don't want to
guy.
be gross. I don't want to be
The
that guy.
the
Yeah.
licking the fingers, the
Yeah, dude. I've seen
no.
people eat chicken wings at the table. I've seen people get sweet and sour sauce on the cards. Like it is
Oh
gross,
no,
dude.
I'm
It
getting
is
tilted. Yeah,
gross.
that's the worst.
It's
That is the
disgusting.
absolute worst.
I've seen people like,
Of
and they're
course.
like, oh god.
No, it's not good. Like we already some people don't understand. Like the hygiene's already not at the highest level at a poker table, and then you're gonna just
Yeah,
yeah. No, I
you're
get you.
already shuffling chips that have had everyone's hands on them for the last 1 to 1 hour to like who knows how long, depending on the place that you're at. They might not even clean the chips. So like it's pretty gross to like put these
No,
in your mouth.
I like the fork though. If you can eat it with a fork, all right, I get it. Even
Yeah,
then, I'll step back.
yeah,
Like I like yeah, I get that. I like that. I'm gonna have to write that down and pass that along
yeah.
to people.
If I'm eating at the table, like maybe, and I'm like really hungry, maybe it's like a salad with like a Caesar salad with like chicken in it. That's like a really good option. Or like, yeah, just anything that I can kind of eat with a fork, so I'm not using my
I
hands.
like how you throw in the healthy Caesar salad there.
Yeah,
Good,
yeah,
yeah, good plug. Good plug.
yeah. Yeah.
What's when you're playing a tournament, dinner break comes. Are you let me go to dinner with my friends and let's feast, or what do you like doing on your dinner breaks?
Yeah, that's really good. So it kind of depends where I'm playing. What I play a lot now at the when I'm in Vegas, I play a lot at the Wynn and the Venetian, and like all it takes is like a few tournaments for you to realize that you're not making good use of your time. So I remember the first time like playing a tournament at the Venetian, like dinner break happened, and I like left the area like everybody else, and then you have like a 30-minute wait to get your food, and then you have to eat it like standing up or like stand at the bar. Like you realize really quickly like that's not the optimal move. So like I know now that when I'm playing at the Win, I order my food from like Wazuzu, which is the Asian restaurant right next to the poker
Yeah,
room.
yeah, yeah.
It'll be ready like right when dinner break starts. I'll kind of like find a place to eat it if I'm by myself. Um, and then at the Venetian, I do the same thing, but like with the Grand Lux Cafe, which is basically like Cheesecake Factory.
I love it.
I'll order my food on the app. I'll say what time that my dinner break is starting is when I want my food to be ready, and then I have like a secret area in the Venetian that I'll like go eat it in. And that's if I'm by myself. But if like somebody, if I have buddies there that are like maybe not in the tournament, um, we'll make sure that like somebody goes and grabs a table ahead of time. If my wife's with me, she'll like know what time my break is. She'll go get a table ahead of time, maybe put in the food order already. I'll bring a few friends with me, and then we can dine with some like for an hour and like not be rushed to eat real quickly.
What's your go-to at Grand Lux?
Oh man, Grand Lux is let's see. For breakfast, I just like biscuits and gravy are really good at Grand Lux.
Oh yeah.
If I want like a sandwich at Grand Lux, I'll go with like the it's like a patty melt kind of sandwich. That's really good. Um, the ribs aren't bad. I always get the asparagus, like, or I'm sorry, yeah, the like Brussels sprouts with like bacon and all this other awesome
Yeah,
stuff on them.
the best
Um,
stuff.
yeah. Um, but yeah, I'm trying to think what else I get from there. I don't know. I think that's what I've gotten most recently.
When you go back, you need to try the butter cake dessert.
Butter
It's
cake dessert.
it's so good. I think that's the name of it. I'm just my mouth's watering just speaking the name of it. It's so
Okay. I've definitely had the carrot cake there, and that's really good. But I've
so
never
this
had the
is like a
butter.
butter cake with
Okay.
vanilla ice cream on top. I don't know if you like ice cream. Dude,
Yeah.
it's next level. Like I'm I mean, people are gonna laugh when they watch this. I'm not a sweet guy, but I'll enjoy a good sweet.
Yeah.
But dude, this is next level, ridiculously good. So promise me you're gonna have it. It's
Dude,
so
I'll send you a photo, man.
it's so good, bro.
June 9th, I'll be at the Venetian staying there, and that'll be the first meal I get.
All right, done. Book. And if you don't like it, I will cash app you the dessert.
Well, I think you'll probably be in Vegas too, so I'll just meet you. I'll meet
Yeah,
you
it's
around there.
done. Yeah, I'll be there.
Yeah.
All right. So, are you excited about the World Series moving to the Strip food wise? I know poker wise, it's people have their opinions.
So yes, so I'm excited about it moving out of the Rio for a few reasons. So there's pros and cons, right?
For sure.
I'm excited about it not being at the Rio because I don't have to stay in a Rio hotel room anymore. So that's number one.
That's a huge.
Also, the Rio food choices were absolute ass. Like they're just the worst.
Yeah,
they're the worst. I remember like getting like a $3 banana, a $4 muffin, a $13 hamburger,
and
like
some
a
almonds.
$4 water. Yeah, a $13 hot dog. Like it's just absolute garbage. So I think the fact that at least Bally's is right there, you can walk out fairly quickly and eat at a neighboring property, or like Giordano's, or like there's other things right there. So I think at least there's going to be a lot more options. So I am happy about that. I'm happy about that the hotel rooms are going to look a lot nicer in Bally's than they were in the Rio. The thing that's going to suck is parking, but I'm staying there and I'm not going to have a car, so I really don't care. So yeah, I think in general, I'm happy about it. I'm not happy about the first week because a first week at a new venue has its share of problems.
With
so
a big buy-in, with a small buy-in, big guarantee event, it's going to be.
Yes. So I'm just going to skip the first week of the World Series. I'll be there on week 2.
So, quick note: Giordano's has pre-made personal pan pizzas that you can get. So good. I did my research when I went for the WSOP circuit event.
Sick.
Yeah, Bellagio has a place called Snacks, super good, right across the street. Okay. And then Caesars has a real good food court that is just super good.
Caesars food court is good. I've eaten at the Caesars food court. In fact, I want to say that I saw a Mexican spot in the Caesars food court.
It used to be in San Antonio.
That we had in San Antonio. There's like a
Gloria,
like La Gloria.
La Gloria.
Yeah.
Yeah, super good. It's not there anymore. I mean, I stayed there recently, but it's not there. But it was there, and it was super good. So Caesars is there, and then Paris just opened Cafe Americano.
Okay.
Which is super good. Like it's super. And if you're a Diamond or Diamond Plus or 7-star, you go to the front of the line. It's so good. So you just
every time we go to Vegas, if my wife's with me, I know that we're gonna go for at least once. We're gonna eat at a place called Trevi that's in Caesars. It's like an Italian restaurant that's in the Forum Shops.
Mall, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and it's just right there by the Trevi fountain, or the fake Trevi fountain, and and like we always get calamari and eat Italian there. It's just like kind of a tradition every time. So we always do that as well.
A good Italian spot in the same location is Carmine's. It's from New York.
I think I've eaten at Carmine's.
It's the family friendly, the feast. So they bring it to you. You order whatever, but it's the family Sunday style feast, like the old Italians. It's so good. Like I like it better than all these big Italian spots all over the strip. Like it's one of my favorite Italian spots. So yeah, Trevi's good too, and so is that. Yeah, those are my 2 favorite Italian spots that are like low key. You don't have to make a reservation or anything.
Yeah, that's the best part. Not having to make a reservation.
All right. Are you a football guy? Sports?
I was a just sports person growing up. I played baseball like my whole life. I watched the Spurs. Obviously, I lived in San Antonio. I was a Cowboys and Houston Oilers fan. But in the last several years, I kind of lost my luster for a lot of the teams in sports. So now being in Vegas so frequently, I'm a Golden Knights fan. I'm going to be a Raiders fan just because,
the hype. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, and then I'm a Yankees fan. I'm a Yankees baseball fan.
I mean, everyone has their faults in life, and I guess that's one of yours. No big deal.
Oh, by the way, food. I know you said you're gonna go to a Mets game. The Yankees Stadium Legends Club. If your seats are nice enough or close enough to the bottom few rows, you get access to this Legends suite. Dude, the food there. One, it's all included. It's all free. It's part of your ticket, and it's a buffet. Wow. And they have unlimited amounts of food for you. Good food. It was so much better than going to the Mets game.
That's funny. So, my next follow-up question. I said, are you a stadium food eater? Do you go to stadium?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I think back in the day, like me and my wife have been, every time we go somewhere to a city, we try to hit up a baseball game if there's a baseball team. If not, we try to go to a hockey game or something. Try to watch some sort of sporting event. I used to always, I'm a hot dog guy. So like I've had hot dogs, like stadium hot dogs at every stadium I've ever been to. But now, like, as you get older and as your seats get better, you start getting access to these awesome suites and lounges. And yeah, I'll still get a hot dog, but like I'll eat the filet mignon in the stadium too.
For
Yeah.
sure. What's your favorite? You can remember one of your favorite dishes or food at a sporting event you've had.
So I would say that at the Chicago Cubs game, like the hot dog with sausage and peppers is like really
Oh,
good. That was really good at the Cubs game. Um, but this last time, I can't even say what was good in New York. Like everything that I ate at Yankee Stadium in the suite was really good. They had a full like kosher area. They had your traditional like hot dogs, sliders area, but then they had a full on steak area. They were cutting prime rib. They were cutting ham. There was
that's
a
sick.
seafood area, shrimp cocktail. There was a full salad bar. There was a dessert area that was like they probably had 120 types of desserts and ice cream. Um,
Wow.
there's an area called like a candy shop where you just grab a freaking bag and just throw bite-sized candy in it and popcorn and peanuts and like ice cream and you just take it out to your seat. So like I mean, I guess I paid a lot for those seats, so I
It
got my
was
money's
worth.
worth though in
Yeah,
food.
definitely.
Yeah.
And for sure, you took doggy bag, whatever you could. I'm sure
Yeah.
you just
Yeah.
you took it with you. That's awesome. Yeah. So at the Raider Stadium,
Okay.
at we go. There's this uh brisket burrito. Was like it's Mexican in style. So for a
Okay.
Mexican to say a burrito is pretty good,
Yeah, it has to be good.
it's
Yeah.
got to be pretty good. So
Yeah.
it's like it has this Mexican coleslaw with
Okay.
oh dude, it's so good. So when you go watch the Raiders game, definitely
Okay.
they have one there. They have one at the university and they have one at Mandalay Bay. There's only 3 spots in Vegas. That little company, it's local and it's there in it's so good.
That sounds perfect.
Yeah,
I'm like a tacos guy. I'm like a burrito guy. I'm a chimichanga guy. I'm a fajita guy. Like that's like my Mexican food.
so do you like Javier's at Aria?
Oh yeah, dude. Javier's is really really good.
Yeah, I'm a chips and salsa. Like that chips, salsa, and
Okay.
wok, like I can live off that. Like that stuff's it's so good.
They have really really good fajitas at Javier's. It's like
Yeah,
they're
hundred
really good.
percent.
And
Okay,
if you're
let's
ever in Houston and you need fajitas, like you want beef fajitas or chicken fajitas that are really good, I was there with some poker guys just playing at Prime Social in Houston. We went to a place called Ninfas, Ninfas. There's 2 locations, but one of them is really close to like Prime Social, and they have really good Mexican food, really good fajitas, really good
yeah.
margaritas.
I mean, I'm Mexican through and through, so I like it all. You know, the rice,
Yeah,
the refried beans, the fajitas.
yeah, for sure.
So yeah, I'm always looking to see what we can do. I heard in New York there's some good ones. There's some good tacos. I gotta find out the name, but someone on somewhere told me to look. There's some great tacos in Times Square that are like to die for that I'd be missing out. So I got to make sure I find those. And then yeah, dude, it was crazy. Okay, let's talk San Antonio food because
Okay.
I've been there. I love San Antonio. San Antonio food is some of my favorite.
Okay.
Someone flies into San Antonio, you're picking up, you're going to take them to Play at Rounders. Where are you taking them to eat? What's your go-to?
Am I gonna ask them what kind of cuisine they want, or I'm just gonna take
No,
them?
you have all control.
The first place I'm gonna take him to is probably like I'm gonna try to get him some like Mexican food just because it's San Antonio. Um, just based on like geography and where we're at after I pick them up and like where Rounders is, I'm probably gonna take him to like a place called Mirasol to have really good fajitas, really good Mexican food, and like some really good like margaritas. Uh, right? Yeah, that's where we're gonna go. That's the first place I would invite people to.
Okay, now let's switch gears. You and the wife, night out. She says, "Take me somewhere." Where are you taking her?
She's a really big steak person, so
Okay.
we're probably gonna head to like Chamagoucha or like Brazil or somewhere like that. for really good Brazilian steak.
Ooh, that sounds good. I need to try. I haven't tried either one of those spots.
Yeah, those are good. Those are good options.
Okay, now you want to just relax, have a good burger. Where are we going?
Okay, good burgers. I can help you with that. There's several. If I'm staying in my general northwest quadrant of San Antonio, I'm gonna grab a burger at like a place called either Texas Hamburger Company or Babes. But if I want to travel a little bit further out, I'm gonna probably head over to like Chris Madrid's. That's like an old school.
Oh, yeah.
It's been open forever. Like they have a really good burger.
The nachos are good there too, dude.
Oh yeah, like they also have like a tostada burger, so it actually has like chips and like chalupa kind of built into the burger. That's really good.
Yeah, it's so good. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. Now this is I'm a pizza guy.
Okay.
I've only been to a few. There was a place called Dough.
I've been to Dough.
Okay. What else would you recommend if I want to go have a good pizza in San Antonio?
Pizza, you can go to you can go to a place called Little Italy. That's pretty good. Little Italy is good pizza. You can go to
Oh, I like this. Got you thinking.
Yeah, I'm like really thinking about the pizza. Because like I'm an Italian, my mom's Italian, but I'm not like a pizza guy. Like I'm like a much heartier like pasta kind of guy.
Okay,
so I don't eat that much pizza.
What's a pasta place? What's a good pasta spot for you? Italian.
So Italian, you could go to like Sorrentino or man, we're in San Antonio. Like the Italian food's not that great.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
I'm not trying to lie. Like that's why like I'm like thinking about it because like we're in San Antonio. Like the Mexican food is
the spot. Yeah, for
Italian's
sure.
not as much.
Okay. What about Grimaldi's? You had Grimaldi's?
Oh yeah, Grimaldi's has a good pizza. That's a good option.
Yeah, that I feel like there's nothing really local that's really good. And Dough's okay, but I think Grimaldi's would probably be. I swear, like that's. I was really genuinely asking you, like, because I have no, like, when I go to San Antonio, I'm like, man, where can I go? Like Austin, I go to Home Slice, 100%.
Sure.
But it's just there's nothing like that in San Antonio. I was thinking about it, and it was a genuine question because I was like, man, I wonder what Seri thinks about pizza in San Antonio.
Yeah, it's like not that great.
Okay, if you can only have one restaurant, in San Antonio for the rest of your life, what are you choosing?
Oh man, one restaurant for the rest of my life.
Yeah, hypothetically, there's no metaphorical gun pointed at your head. Just
sure. I'm trying to think of something that has like a lot of options because if I'm gonna like be stuck with just one restaurant forever, I don't want to eat one cuisine forever. So I also don't want to pick something crappy like a buffet, like Golden Corral or something. I mean, they have all kinds of food, but that's gonna be trash. So maybe I just pick like the Cheesecake Factory, just because there's like so many different kinds of food that they offer. I'm just thinking about it like from a GTO standpoint. That's like I guess Cheesecake Factory is gonna be my response to it.
Yeah, because you have a variety. You can't just go fajitas. You don't want to go just burger. Yeah, it's a good answer. It's the safe play, you know.
It's a safe play.
It's like checking
the least variance play.
Yeah, it's like checking second pair when you know you're good, but you don't want to get shoved on the river. No, it's
I don't want to be in a tough spot.
Yeah, of course. No, I liked it. It was good. It was good. Okay, we're moving to the calling the clock segment of the podcast.
Okay.
So all this is I'll ask you rapid fire questions. I'll ask if I have to build on the question or you want to build on the question. You're more than welcome. But the longer you take, I'll call the clock. We only had to call the clock once. It was on Norman Chad. That was it. So hopefully we're gonna go. So here we go. Let's get going. Favorite type of chips?
Like potato chips?
Potato chips.
I like sour cream and onion chips.
Okay. Are you a wavy or
It would be like a wavy type of chip. Oh, I can't hear you. You're muted or I don't know. I can't hear you. Unless it's just on my side. There you go.
Good?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
All right, cool. All right. Favorite type of sandwich?
Meatball sandwich.
Ooh, that's a first from on out of the 6, first time meatball. All right,
Italian, man. Like my mom's Italian. Like I gotta go with that.
That's awesome. Okay. Where do you get your meatball sandwiches from?
Dude, again, not a lot of options. Maybe like Naples. Yeah, not Subway. I mean, just literally there's not a lot of choices, man.
So I've made my Subway sandwich.
Yeah.
Meatball. I add pepperoni and salami. Next level.
Okay.
So if you ever want to dabble in something different, throw in some pepperoni and salami with the meatball. It gives it that extra.
Got you.
That's good stuff. All right. Favorite non-alcoholic drink?
I like iced tea, unsweet, but I really, really like lemonade. Strawberry lemonade's a plus.
You like it homemade, or you like is there a certain brand you like?
Oh no, like homemade, man. You gotta squeeze.
Dude, fresh. Some of these Mexican spots have some sick lemonade.
Yeah, like the lemonade. I get lemonade from like if I ever go to, like Las Palapas, lemonade is like legit. It's like fresh squeezed, like it's good.
Oh yeah, there's some.
If you go to Jalisco, like just any Jalisco, and just ask for lemonade, it's gonna be the tits. Like it's gonna be really good.
So do you ever just go and show up and say, "I want a lemonade"? Do you ever?
Nah, dude, I'm gonna eat too. I'm not gonna just I'm gonna eat.
Yeah, for sure. All right, that makes sense. All right, favorite adult beverage.
Adult beverage. If I'm drinking, I'm more of like alcohol as opposed to beer. So like my base is just gonna be like Jack Daniels and Diet Coke.
Oh, I like it. Simple.
Yeah.
Simple.
Yeah.
I like that. All right. Favorite type of coffee?
Oh, I'm not going to say like a particular brand, but like we're chilling with Starbucks right now. But I just like black iced coffee. The stronger, the better. Because if a coffee is like really good, you can drink it just like that. I throw in like a Splenda maybe, and that's it. I don't put cream. I don't put milk. I don't put any of this other stuff.
So you just like it straight. I like that. Now, do you drink? Are you a homemade coffee, or are you a let me go buy it kind of guy?
We've had like really fancy, like, or not really fancy, but like coffee makers, like the normal stuff, like the Tassimos and the Keurigs and French press and all that. But again, just time constraint. I'd rather just go buy a cup of coffee, because especially like if we're on a trip somewhere that we haven't been, like a normal day for us is wake up as early as possible, try out a new coffee shop, try out coffee, try out a pastry, try out some breakfast, and then like get the day going. So, yeah, I'm much rather go get a cup of coffee somewhere and like enjoy where we're at.
Awesome. Okay, cool. Favorite type of pizza? Thick, thin, hand tossed. What do you got?
I like Chicago style pizza. So like thick, packed with cheese, like tons of
the layered stuff.
Yeah, I like it layered. If I'm not getting that, I'm getting at least like a stuffed crust, kind of like thick pan pizza. I'm never going with like flat ass thick
paper
crust.
thin.
That's not me.
That's not your thing, huh? Okay, so let's take it to Chicago. You been to Chicago?
Yeah.
What's your favorite, Illuminati's or Giordano's?
I liked Illuminati's better than Giordano's.
Okay, I think there's a Gino's East there in San Antonio now, right?
There is, yep.
And thoughts on that?
I mean, it's really good for here.
That makes sense. I haven't tried. I've never had Gino's East. I've had people tell me. I got a text from a buddy, and he said, "Ask him about Barbero for pizza."
Oh, okay. I haven't even been to that spot, but I heard it's good.
Yeah, he said it's really good. He said you should try it.
Barbaro,
yeah.
Yeah.
He says, yeah, that's it. That's a place to try. He said if you haven't tried it, you definitely should. He lives in San Antonio also, so he's one of my best friends for sure. All right, this is a big doozy on the show. Chick-fil-A or Popeyes?
Chick-fil-A.
What's your order?
Dude, I'm a big boy. Like, you might not be able to see it, but I'm a big boy. I'm gonna order a number one, which is just gonna be like an original Chick-fil-A sandwich with waffle fries, with the diet lemonade, and then I'm gonna get an extra, probably like 12-piece nugget.
Easy.
That's minimum. I might even order like a tortilla soup on top of that.
So that's my order. But sometimes if I'm feeling doozy, I'll add just the patty on the side, and I'll double meat the sandwich and add cheese in between that. It's next level.
Yeah, you're a sick person. I like it.
Yeah, no, I mean,
Yeah,
if we're
that's
gonna do
perfect.
something, we're gonna do it big. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
no, that's perfect.
Yeah, of course. I've also when I forget to, I've also stuffed the nugget in the sandwich to save. I don't want to. I got to save time, so I've stuffed the nugget in the sandwich and
Yeah,
just
it's like
gone with it.
this
You know
big.
what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that being said, Popeyes like chicken sandwich is good. It's really good. It's better than anything I've ever had at Popeyes. But just because there's like that's all I would get there, you can get other things at Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, 100%. The biscuits are good at Popeye, so I will say
Even the
buttermilk
ice cream's good at Chick-fil-A.
Oh yeah, it's different.
Yeah.
It goes down smoother. All right. How do you take your steak?
Medium
Okay.
rare, typically.
What's your favorite cut?
Man, depends how hungry I am, but I don't know, man. It just depends. I'm probably gonna get like
Clock.
yeah, call it clock. I'm just gonna get it like a porterhouse or something like that.
Really, it
Yeah.
upsets me because filet.
Yeah, it's too small.
It's too small, dude.
Yeah, that's why I'm not gonna go with that.
I don't
If
want to
could get
be
a
that
tomahawk,
guy.
get a tomahawk.
Yeah, I don't want to be that guy that orders 2 fillets. You know what I mean? Like I can do it. It's just excess.
Everything's
excessive.
too small. Like I was going through, I'm like, filet small, New York strip small. Like I'm gonna need like a full on like tomahawk.
Yeah, at that point, might as well. Like it's just I don't want to be that guy. I can be that guy that orders I'll take 2 6-ounce fillets or 2 9-ounce fillets. I can eat it in a heartbeat. But
Yeah,
I don't want to be that excessive and be like, they're gonna start calling people and like, hey, this guy, So now I stay away.
And honestly, like if you're at a really good steakhouse, all their other food's gonna be really good too. So like if they have really good like really good lobster or really good seafood, I might get that over a steak because I will probably eat that over a steak.
I like that. It's good stuff. All right, favorite fast food burger.
In Texas, you got to go with like Whataburger.
Wow, I like that. I
Yeah.
like it. Okay, what about outside? If you're venturing outside, have you ever had Fat Burger?
I have had Fat Burger. Fat Burger's good, especially if you get a fried egg on it.
Oh yeah, it's good stuff. So yeah, I mean, Whataburger's good. Some people that I haven't had from Texas have asked about Whataburger because they hear the stories. Are you a milkshake from the Whataburger kind of guy?
I am, but if I drink, dude, I'll throw up. Like I'll get a whole one. I'll get like the 44-ounce milkshake. I'll drink it too fast, and I'll just be like,
no.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Too much milk.
I prefer the breakfast from Whataburger. I think the breakfast is really, really good. Not the taquitos, but like the biscuits. They're really the jalapeno cheddar biscuit.
Got you.
Yeah.
Even that honey butter chicken biscuit.
Oh, dude, that's a secret gem right there.
I used to get like 2 of those like late at night, like after session. If it was after midnight, they were available. So boom, 2 honey butter chicken biscuits.
Oh yeah. No, that's a secret gem that not many people, have dived into. All right, tater tots or fries?
It depends on the fries, but in general, I'm gonna go with fries over tater tots. I would go over with onion rings over fries, though.
Really?
Yeah, I'm an onion ring guy.
I know, but I've been so disappointed in onion rings, like a lot. Like people have switched over to just the prepackaged stuff. Dude, it's so disappointing.
Yeah, if you're in San Antonio, there's like really good onion rings at like typically like diners, like home style diners, like maybe like Tip Top Cafe has good onion rings. There's good onion rings at like actually this like Frontier Burger that's not too far from my house has good onion rings.
Really? Yeah, I've been really I love I see a menu and it says homemade onion rings. Then we get the onion rings. It's like, wow, these taste like
First, the onion rings need to be like that thick.
100%.
If they're that thick, it's like an actual onion that's been cut and deep fried. And it's all about the breading, you know.
Can't have too much, can be too light. It has to be that median.
Babes is a burger place here. They don't have, their onion rings aren't that bad.
I gotta try Babes. I haven't tried Babes before.
Yeah.
All right. Seasoned waffle or steak fries?
If it's Chick-fil-A, I'll get the waffle fries. But everywhere else, mostly like steak fries.
I like it. Okay.
Yeah.
Favorite chocolate candy?
Ooh, favorite chocolate candy? I'll go with Snickers.
Okay. Are you mix it up like with almonds or peanut butter or the straight peanut?
I stick just straight peanut. I stay away from like almonds. I stay away from like coconut. That's like weird for me with chocolate.
Oh yeah, coconut's the worst.
For me, it's chocolate and like maybe chocolate with like peanut butter, like a Reese's, but not too much other than that. Nestle Crunch isn't bad. Something different.
Yeah, for sure. That was old school. That's when I was a kid.
Kit Kats are really good.
I just had a Kit Kat for the first time in forever at my mom's.
Yeah,
and it went hard. Yeah, it was next.
Kit Kats fucking go off. Like,
dude, it's so good. It's so good. All right, favorite non-chocolate candy.
Okay, so I like Starburst are really good. Like sour snakes. Like I like sour candy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Starburst. What's your favorite flavor?
You gotta go with just the strawberry.
Just basic. Yeah, I like it.
Pink Starburst.
Yeah, for sure. It's the worst though when you know your favorite and you're opening and it's just bad. It's the worst, dude.
Orange and yellow come up and you're just like,
it's just like, it's a slow roll. Yeah. Huge slow roll. It's like you need a flush. You need the red heart, but you see red and it's the worst. I trust me. Yeah, it's so bad. Yeah. Okay, so I've been grilled for this, but I'm bougie when it comes to water. What's your favorite brand of water?
Fiji water.
Not even close?
Not even close.
Yeah, I'm bougie. Like I go to the restaurant and I ask them if I can get a bottle of water.
What do you like? Agua Pana?
Yeah. Okay. I like Fiji and Agua Pana. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's that would have been it's just that like a lot of people don't know of that water. So like if I'm like walking into a gas station and just like super thirsty, like I'm gonna buy Fiji water. If I'm at a restaurant, typically restaurants will have Agua Pana. So that at a restaurant, maybe Agua Pana.
So one of my good poker buddies, we're in Vegas and he orders from Walmart cases of Agua Pana. So we have it for the summer. So that, it's definitely a plus if you play. And we got the bottles and it's so good. Like I've tried them all. My wife.
Do you like water, like not sparkling, but like with gas, like do you like Perrier or that stuff?
No, I can't. Like it throws off my water.
I hate it, dude. If I see somebody drinking that, I kind of think that they're going to be super nitty at the table.
I mean, like my wife loves it and she's super nitty with her bankroll, with our money. Yeah, like if she drinks it, definitely. If she gets money, she's like Fort Knox. So there you go. We basically we uncracked the code.
Yeah, that's it.
I can't. And then people ask for it in ice with lemon. Oh my goodness. It's in Brownsville, that's the thing. Topo Chico, lemon and salt. Unbelievable. Like it's so bad.
I mean, I remember growing up and like being at bars and clubs and a lot of folks, Mexican people or like people directly Mexican nationals would come into San Antonio and like we'd party and they'd get like bucanas with like mineral water, like Topo Chico or like, so I understand it, but that's fine if it's an adult beverage. But if you're just drinking straight, like,
oh yeah,
Perrier, like especially Perrier, like I'm not gonna talk to you.
No, that's next. I mean, that's the fingers up. If you're drinking Perrier at a poker, your fingers up. For sure.
I'm gonna probably try to like verbally abuse you at the table.
You're gonna get slow rolled.
If you're like clearly like you have an accent, you're from Europe, and you're not playing a lot of hands, like I'm gonna make you feel uncomfortable. Just straight up.
All right, Chips Ahoy or Oreos?
Oreos.
Ooh, okay. Yeah. Cheese or pepperoni?
Pepperoni.
Iced or hot coffee?
Iced coffee.
Iced coffee. All right. Gatorade or Powerade?
Gatorade.
Favorite flavor?
Cherry.
Ooh, okay. So
Lemon lime would be second.
okay. This is the big one on the show: egg roll or spring roll.
Egg roll.
Wow.
Yeah, because like spring rolls, you can't find good spring rolls. So like it's a safer play with an egg roll. Spring rolls are really good. Like if you get like, yeah, I mean, spring rolls are tough. Like people f up spring rolls a lot.
Dude, it's crazy because people have said the same thing about the egg roll on the show. So
What?
people have said, yes, no, I'm not kidding. So everyone says, uh, John Bet on Drew was like, oh, egg rolls are so bad. Sometimes they're so
What?
they get so soggy, and you just get a good crisp
Where
with it.
where is he getting good spring rolls? Just like random, like if we go right now, if you were in San Antonio and we like type in spring rolls and we go to 10 places, 7 of them are going to be bad, like for sure. Like it's going to be hard. But if we go to 10 places that have egg rolls, I bet you like 7 of them are going to be good.
What's a good Chinese restaurant there? I love it, but what's a good spot there?
So around where I live, I go to a place called Golden Walk a lot. Golden Walk's really good. If you want something really, really authentic and not Americanized at all, there's my friend actually owns a place called Dashi. That's a really good like Sichuan place. But yeah, for me, I'm just gonna go to like Golden Walk. That's gonna be like super chill, good, not as upscale, like more like of the people.
Yeah, good. I like that's what I like. Chill spots. All right, Coke or Pepsi?
Coke,
All right, favorite hot pocket.
pepperoni,
Ooh, okay. Gushers or fruit roll-ups?
fruit roll-ups.
We've talked about this earlier. Would you venture to say your favorite vegetable is?
Yeah, I mean a potato, just because there's so many different options. But if we have to be like very specific, I'm gonna go with like Brussels sprouts these days.
Cool, cool, cool. All right, bacon or sausage?
Bacon.
Ooh, all right. Favorite fast food sandwich?
Huh. Fast food sandwich?
Jersey Mike's, Jimmy John's,
Oh,
Subway,
okay.
Quiznos.
Yeah, probably like Quiznos.
Really? Yeah, they closed all our Quiznos now. It's so sad. Quiznos is so good.
Yeah, Quiznos is the best out of those spots. Hey, Firehouse isn't bad.
Oh yeah, Firehouse. I like Firehouse too. I'll dabble in Firehouse for sure. Okay, now we're switching gears. We're going to the bad beat segment of our podcast. Let me explain. I run like ass. I mean, it was passed down from my
Great.
mother. Yeah, it was passed down from my mother. I'm going to be 100% honest with you, Mom. I love you. I'm sure you're watching or you're going to watch, but you run horrible at restaurants. So let me break it down for you. One time we're at a wing barn. Wing barn's a local wing spot here. I order the hot dog and 5 boneless wing combo, or added the extra hot dog, of course, for the $2.
Yeah.
So I was a coach. We were scouting, all this other good stuff. I usually every time we would go scouting, I would pay for a coach. Like, hey, I'm going to pay for your meal today. Just out of
Sure.
So yeah, he orders. I'm the first one to order. We're the first ones to order. We go sit down. Everyone gets their food. Even he gets his food. No big deal. Yeah, okay. I was like, so I asked the waitress, ma'am, can you go check on my order? I was the first one to order. Oh, yes, sir, no problem. It should be out shortly.
Okay.
So I ordered 5 cilantro, I don't know what it was, cilantro boneless wings.
Okay.
She walks out and comes to my table and brings me 1 boneless wing with Danish, just like that. Just Danish, 1 wing. And I'm laughing. I'm like, good. Where's the rest of my order?
Good joke.
Yeah, I was like, good. You guys, I was a big jokester at the school I was at. I was always pranking people. I was like, okay, these guys are messing with me. They called ahead. We knew we were coming here.
Yeah.
She was like, no, sir, this is what the kitchen gave me. And I was like, nah, quit messing around. Go get the rest of my food. She was like, no, sir, look, this is what they read. And it said one cowboy combo. And I was like, okay. So I looked at her. I said, ma'am, with all due respect, does this body look like I'm going to eat 1 wing? She's like, no, sir. And I didn't want to bring it. Da-da-da-da-da-da. I was like, look, it's okay. Just go get my order. She's like, all right, let me go fix it. 20 minutes later, dude, nothing. They bring me nothing. Comes out, they bring me They forget my wings, but they bring me one hot dog, no fries. I swear to you, I thought Ashton Kutcher was going to just jump out of nowhere.
Yeah.
So I told him, I was like, man, I know this is not your fault. Can I speak to a manager? By this time, we're ready to leave. He was like, oh, sir, I apologize. Dude, he fires the girl. He thought it was the girl's fault. I promise you.
He fired her right then and there.
Yeah, they brought her over, and I was like, sir, what happened? She's like, oh, no, this is just the tip of the iceberg. She's been on hot water. I was like, dude, I swear I thought I was in a movie. I thought the coaches were going to So, and I'm sure some of them are watching right now, so I bet you I'm going to get text messages. But, dude, it was the worst.
You ruined that girl's life.
100%.
Wow.
I felt so bad.
That's a bad beat for her.
100%.
Yeah.
No, the worst part is, so I said, sir, can I just get my money back at this point? I'm not going to eat. I'll pick something else up. Okay, sir. I'm going to go ahead and give you your money back, but I'm going to have to borrow your card because I'm going to have to charge you for the other meal that you paid for. And I said,
what?
You're not. I said, you're going to return my money and I'm not going to pay you. I said,
dude, I lose my shit. Just in general, this isn't my bad beat, but like just in general, as I get older, I'm almost 40 now. I'm 38. I used to be cool as a cucumber, dude. I'm losing my shit on the regular now. Like if someone does something wrong or provides bad service, like I will end them. Like I will make it very uncomfortable because like I don't have anything I need to do with my time. Like I can never go back to a restaurant and be fine. Like it doesn't matter. Like I'm going to let them know what they did wrong.
Yeah, and I want the person to know. I don't want. It's not the waiter's fault because they're just bringing me my food. I want the manager to address the situation. Like it's like your restaurant. No, I get you. So this happens, and he has the audacity, the balls to be like, "Oh, but I need your card back so I can charge you for the meal." And I was like, "Yeah, well, you're gonna have to come get it out of my hands."
Yeah,
I don't know if
you can gargle my balls. How about that?
Dude, I was like, "You can come get my card and charge me if you want, but I'm not gonna let it go."
Try to grab it right now.
Yeah, I was so livid. I literally and then they said, "Oh, sir, but wait, we got your food." I literally got the food and I left it by the door and I walked out. Yeah, I was. So that's one. Dude, I have plenty. I have plenty of bad beats, but that's my worst one. So, give me a Poker Traveler bad beat food story.
Okay, so I guess I kind of have a specific story and then like a more general one.
Okay.
So specific. One of the worst things to order in a restaurant, to me, in my like experience, I really like fish, right? But if you order fish and chips at a place, very rarely do they cook the fish the right way. Like it's either too overdone or under. So I remember going to a place not too long ago. I'm just like super simple. It's freaking fish and chips. It's deep fried fish.
Yeah. It's like chicken nuggets.
Deep fried fish. I ordered fish. They brought my wife's order. They didn't bring mine. I said, hey, what about the fish? What about my order? I'm here too. Oh, sorry. Something happened, blah, blah, blah. They bring it out, and the fish is like raw inside. Like it's undercooked. I'm like,
oh, no.
So I'm like, I bite into it. I'm like, all right, So I tell them, hey, this is undercooked. Can you take it back? Like, come on. Take it back. Waited quite a while. They bring it back, and now it's like burnt.
Oh,
dude, and I'm like that's the thing when I say like I start boiling inside, where like I just want to get myself out of the situation. Like when I like am over something, I'm over something. Like, and I know that so that I'm not like causing a scene, it's better for me to leave. So I just tell them, I'm like, you've messed this up twice. My wife's done with her meal. I just want my check. You're obviously not charging me for this. I want to leave. And they're like, wait, let me get your manager. I was like, I don't give a shit if you give me the president of the company. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, it's not going to change anything. Yeah, no, I don't want to eat anymore. Like, I'm not even hungry anymore. Like, so of course they're like, and I'm like, I'm not even upset with you. Like, you're not even cooking it. You're the waiter or waitress at the restaurant. Just bring me my bill. The manager's like, sir, I'm so sorry. Blah, blah, blah. This is what happens with fish. I was like, you're telling me how to cook fish? Like, that it's hard to cook fish? Like, I tell the guy, I'm like, if it's so hard to cook fish, I was like, maybe you shouldn't sell fish. Like, just don't sell fish. Because, like, it's clearly like above the capacity of the people that are back there. So just don't sell fish. Like, just don't do it. Tell your corporate office that you said that it's difficult to sell fish and cook fish.
Deep
You
fried
need to
fish
change
at that.
all the menus at all the freaking. I don't even remember what restaurant it was. It was like Yard House. I was like, tell Yard House corporate that you can't sell fish. You can't sell fish anymore because you at the San Antonio location do not know how to make fish. And the manager's like, he's probably like 22 years old. Like, he was like the waiter that had worked there the longest, and he's like doesn't know how to deal with it. And I'm like, I just don't say something stupid. I tell him, just don't say something stupid. When I say something, don't respond back with something stupid. Just say, yes, sir, I'm sorry, and give me my check. Like, that's it. Just don't defend yourself. Don't defend the fact that you messed up. Like, own it. I'm sorry, we messed up. What can I do to make it right? And that's it. Don't give me these bullshit excuses. So yeah, that's me.
That's crazy. What is your wife doing or saying? I'm curious.
Man. So we like have had a role reversal. She used to be the person that was like fiery, and now that she's getting older, she's like much more chill. And like now I'm just like starting to lose it. I have like thin patience normally. So she's just kind of there because she knows that I'm not being over the top, but she's also
to that level.
Yeah, she's also like, oh man, they wronged him. You know, this is gonna happen. So I make sure not to like raise my voice so loud that like I'm embarrassing her or something. Yeah. But I'm gonna let these people know that like they fucked up. So yeah, so that's like my specific story. I think in general this has changed a little more lately. But you know, is your wife a picky eater?
Not that she's a picky eater. She's a creature of habit, so she gets the same every.
Is she indecisive at a new place?
100%.
Okay.
It's always you pick the restaurant because I don't want it to be bad. Like,
okay, so my thing is if I go to a new place, me and my wife go together to a new place we haven't been. I ask my wife. She's like, "Well, should I get this or that?" And I literally say, "I got an idea. Pick both of them." And the one that you don't like, I will eat. Because I'm a husband who will just sacrifice my happiness so that you're happy and you get what you want. And next time we come back, if it's good, then I'll decide what I want. Because we'll at least know what you like. So, like, I'm going to enjoy myself this second time around. Luckily, though, my wife's gotten a lot better with her food choices. But I would say that, like, a few years ago, like, that was my go-to at a new place. Tell me what you want. Or you can't decide. Tell me two things that you want, and I'll eat one of them.
It's funny because I'm the picky eater. Like, dude, I'm the pickiest, fattest guy you're ever gonna meet. 100% fat. She just put definitely.
Is that Bernadette? That's your wife?
Yeah, that's my wife. Yeah, she's definitely chiming in. I can't wait. But dude, I run so bad, so she's come to expect it now.
Okay.
Like she's come to expect like I know in her mind she's like, oh man, I wonder what's they're gonna screw.
So like when you're like ordering at a restaurant and like she picks what she wants and they're like, sir, what would you like? Does she just kind of like put her head down?
Yeah, yeah. She's already scratching her head.
Here it comes. Yeah. Here it comes.
But see, the thing is, Seri, it's because I like things specifically. Like I want to add this or take this out. So she says,
tell me if I went to dinner with you.
So no. But okay. So she says the reason they mess up your order is because you want grilled onions.
Yeah.
And not this or this and not that. You like I make my own dish. Well, I'm paying for the food.
So the way I think about it is at a restaurant, I think you should definitely be that picky, right? Like when you're physically ordering at a nice restaurant, you should definitely get what you want. And you should tell them the specifics on how you want it and everything. But like when you're like going through a drive-through, like I remember going like all the time. I go through a drive-through and I ask my wife, what do you want? And she like looks at the menu like we've not been there before. And I'm like, we've eaten here 1,000 times. What do you want? But like when she's like, oh well, I don't want this or I don't. Let me have that without this and add this and add. I'm like, we're at a fast food restaurant. We're at a place where some of these people, unfortunately, they're not going to comprehend or don't care about the quality of food service that they're going to provide. So please just don't get upset when it's wrong, because we're kind of doing this to ourselves right now.
Yeah, and I've come to understand that if I'm changing the order that much through a drive-through, I can't expect it to
expect it to be wrong.
Yeah, exactly. Like, so now my expectation is let's get like 50% of it correctly. You know what I mean? And I'm good. Like that's a run good for me. Like, okay.
I run really bad in drive-throughs, and I run really bad on Uber Eats.
No way.
Dude. I mean, maybe it's better now. It seems like it's getting better now, but like during COVID, like, you know, people weren't leaving. We were depending so much on delivery services.
For sure.
I mean, it felt like 1 out of 2 times it was wrong. Like my percentage rate of like run bad on delivery food, like 1 out of 2 times something was missing or something was wrong. And I think that Uber Eats probably thinks that I'm just trying to get free stuff because I'm poor or something, because it felt like every other time I'm like, they forgot the soda. They forgot the side. They forgot this. This didn't come. They added a number 1 and I ordered a number 2. Like, I felt like I was with customer service on Uber Eats or DoorDash, like every other time, to the point where I'm like, man, dude, if I'm so lazy that I can't go get my own food, maybe I shouldn't eat today.
Yeah.
Like maybe I'm too lazy as an individual that I don't deserve to eat food today.
Dude, the crazy part of all this, like I get so tilted now. I know. I try to eat healthy. Me and my wife try to eat healthy. I get a salad. I drive back from Chick-fil-A, no dressing. Oh, like what do you want me? Like you have one job. Get me some dressing because
you have to ask for extra.
Yeah, no.
That's the move. I always ask for extra.
That's the play, I guess.
Because if you ask for extra, if they forgot the original, hopefully they at least got you the extra.
I'm writing that down.
Yeah, I was at Chick-fil-A yesterday. We ordered a salad for me and my wife, and she's like, extra ranch. I'm like, yeah, extra ranch. And then at the window, I'll ask for extra if it's just in case. Because at least they can say, oh, I already put it in there. And then I'm like, cool, I'm covered. Or they'll just give me more. And I'm like, whatever. I'd rather have 3 than 0.
So if you get nothing out of this podcast today, ask for extra dressing or extra
everything, man. Like, there's a few things that I've picked up in this world, and they're not that valuable, but some of them are like will help out.
Yeah, I'm taking that. Yeah, that's a pro tip. My wife said it's a pro tip. Yeah, I'm definitely taking that to that's next level. You can bank on that.
If I'm at a drive-through and they ask me, sir, will you pull up to the front? You know what I tell them? No. I tell them no. I've had too many bad experiences where I pull up to the front or to the side or parking space 1 or whatever bullshit they give me, and I like pull up, and then I'm waiting there like an idiot with my sorry, I'm cursing, with my dick in my hands, just sitting there, and they're like, then they forget about you because like you've parked on the side, and then like the one person that runs food is like busy texting or something, so like I don't pull over, I don't move up. I'm like, no, I'll wait here until you get my food, and if there's 20 cars behind me, I guess you better work on mine.
Yeah,
just seriously.
Yes, it's a horror story. I know then when they tell me go park in front or go do that, I was like, oh, here we go. Yep. So I do the double check now, and then I get in trouble when I get home. Well, you didn't check the food I said, oh yeah. You understand? You get the pressure from everyone behind you. They're telling you to move out. You got to drive. Sure. Yeah, it's interesting.
And a lot of it is because like I've learned, being married, that like if my stuff's messed up, okay, that's on me. But if I take food home and my wife's is messed up, it's always she'll say like, why don't you ever check my food? And I'm like, shit. It's because I don't check any of the food. But honestly, I need to check it all, right? So I'm gonna own that. So even if I do have to scoot up and like move to the front, I'll get out of the car and walk inside and wait, like really uncomfortable, like right there. Yeah, and just be like, this is order number 60. Is it ready? No? Okay. Is it all in there? And I'll take everything out of the bag in front of them to make, and they'll be like, sir, it's all in. No, I'm gonna double check.
I got it. I'm on it. Yeah. That's awesome, dude.
I'm pretty terrible. I'm a terrible person.
when it comes to people and food, you can't blame people.
Because no, the thing is too is like if I went to a bank and was like, I want to withdraw $500, and I gave them my ticket and my card, and they didn't give me back 500, right? Like they give me back 400. Like that's the only thing they were supposed to do, right? That was their only job, was to give me what I asked for or what I paid for, right?
Yeah, of course.
And they don't make errors like that at banks because it's money. Well, like at a restaurant, it's the same thing. Like I have paid you for something. All you need to do is give me what I asked for. Like that's what definition of commerce is. Like you
It's true though.
I have paid you for goods or services, and you need to give me goods or services that I've requested. I don't know why it's so hard.
No, dude, it's a battle we face and we struggle with, especially me that is a constant food eater that I love it.
Yeah.
I run so bad. You would think that the food gods would be like, let's just bless this guy. He takes care of so many people's bills and tips very well. Let me just get his order correct. No, let's not. Let's just shit on him today and see how we can tilt him. Dude, I've missed forks, dressings. I mean, dude, anything you can possibly. Bro, I've gotten salads from places with no protein, like a large salad with like, why would I order a large salad and they not put protein in there? Like, my favorite line is when I call, hey, you want to come pick it up? No, I don't. I live 20 minutes from you. Like, okay. Oh, sir, we'll put your name down next time you're here. I'm like, I'm not going back. I just wanted you to know I'm upset and I'm telling you this now. There you go. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm going to go straight to the Yelp/Google reviews and light your ass up.
Basically, that's what it comes down to. Yeah. All right, so Ricky Trevino has a question he puts, which kind of goes with our next question, is credit card roulette, highest bill at a restaurant. Talk to me about that. Do you play credit card roulette?
Yes, I play credit card roulette. Anytime I'm with gambling friends, we always play credit card roulette. I feel like I've run really, really good. This is the other thing. Like, if I'm at dinner with, like, friends, it's typically, like, a big number. Like, it's probably, like 8 to 12 plus people, right? So, like, your odds of losing are not that bad. So I feel like I have not lost very many credit card roulettes for meals. So I don't have very many big numbers for meals. I've just run good in all those situations. That being said, I've lost or been hustled on every credit card roulette that I've ever done at a bar.
Okay, explain.
Because I think that your friend Raul, Isai, all these guys, I love them all. But I think they all hustled me the last time we were all together because I lost every single credit card roulette round.
What game were they playing? Were they playing the dice game?
No, we were just playing the credit card. We were playing with the cards, physically with the cards.
Oh, so you have to make sure all the cards are the same too. So I get upset when people give like their player card for like the card houses and stuff like that. Because if you give them a debit card, they can feel.
Oh no, we were using the card house players cards, and they were all the same. And it was probably just a bad run. But I'm saying there's a slight chance that those guys hustled me.
Well, we're putting it out there now, Raul Isai.
You heard it here first.
Yeah, Raul Isai, crushers at the table, hustlers at credit card roulette.
Yeah,
done and done.
Yeah, if I'm like credit carding roulette with all my Asian friends or all the white guys, dude, I run good. But it's all the Mexican guys. I'm getting hustled, guy. It's all the guys from the valley. They hustled me. Like, I get it.
We've been planning it for years.
I was the mark. That's fine. Yeah, but I'm done. They won't get me again.
We've been planning it for years, boys. We finally got them. We found the mark.
They got me for like $200.
Yeah,
I quit.
Yeah, I'm done.
Quit
for sure. So let's go back to Ricky's question. What's the highest bill you've had at a restaurant?
Highest bill I've had at a restaurant? I mean, I've had like I remember like an engagement party, like bill, a wedding party bill. I don't know, a few $1,000s, nothing too crazy.
Too crazy? Yeah, it's not bad.
But that's like without drinks. Like that's not alcohol or anything.
That's
That's
just
just like
straight food.
that's just food.
That's
Like two,
awesome.
three
That's not
thousand
bad.
bucks. No, I mean not
What
bad.
What is your favorite fancy? Like, if you're gonna go wine and dine the wife,
Yeah.
birthday, where are you going? Where's the spot? Where are we taking her?
Well, so typically for mine and her birthday, we always take a trip. So we're in a city that we probably haven't been to, but I'm gonna typically find like a good steakhouse in that city. Um, yeah, that's gonna be her go-to for her birthday. For me, it's not like about like the expense, because I'm not like a really big steak guy. For me, it's like more of just really good comfort food. Like I'd rather go to like a really good diner, like an old school diner, than like a really awesome steakhouse.
Awesome. Yeah, that's me. I ventured to. I either do like pizza or I go to a steakhouse. Like, those are my two go tos for like birthday stuff and what I like
Sure.
to celebrate. Yeah, for sure. So, Seti, it's
Yep.
been a blast to say the least. I appreciate you guys. Go follow everything he does. He's a great person. He makes the game fun. Poker Traveler on Instagram, Twitter,
Everything.
YouTube, everything. The Poker Traveler. I'll post them on my page. I'll post them on the YouTube when we post it. Great conversation. Had a great time. I can't wait to break bread with you this summer.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a great time. Give my wife the best. Keep kicking butt in everything you do, bro. It's
For
so
sure.
good to see, and I'm so happy. I'm so blessed that you were able to come on and take time out of your busy schedule to come with me. I know time is money for a
Yeah.
lot of us, and I really appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. You're gonna have fans from my family from Brownsville. We're gonna be rooting for you in everything you do and anything you do. So whatever you need from us, don't hesitate.
Cool.
All right, brother. We'll keep in touch.
Yeah. So I will head to Brownsville as soon as you're ready. We're gonna eat. We're gonna play cards. I like going to the Valley, so let's do that.
Well, yeah,
But
definitely.
importantly, I will see you in Vegas, and we're all gonna run really deep in tournaments.
That's right, Beauty. That's right. And I'll take it to South Padre. You like fish, so we'll go. We'll definitely hit up South Padre. It's right here, dude. We'll have a blast. So
For
I
sure.
appreciate you again, man. Thanks again. We'll
All right,
talk
brother.
soon. All right, brother.
All right, Leo.
Later.
See ya.
Bye. Later.
Bye.
All right, everyone. Thanks again. I'm trying to figure out this whole. Let me see here. Whatever. All right, I'm just gonna do the split screen and y'all can see me. I appreciate everyone coming out for episode 6. It's been fun. Talk local Texas stuff people know and are there a lot. I appreciate everyone coming out. I appreciate the love, the support. Go follow us on YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, Twitter, all Aces Full of Food. More giveaways coming, more everything coming. Big announcement coming about Vegas when we'll be there, all that good stuff. Love you guys. Talk soon.